supposed to, right? So let's see. It is 12:01, and we just have a couple announcements, you guys. Right now is a 24-hour stamp sale. It is the biggest stamp sale that we've had. It's 15% off of selected stamps, and I believe there's over 50 stamps to choose from. I posted on my page, my Facebook Sponge and Stamp with Tina page, a link to the list of all the stamps that are on sale, and I've also posted a link to the shopping where you can shop for the stamps in my store. And I've also posted a link to my blog to where it gives information and links there as well. And it also gives information for the starter kit. So you guys don't forget the starter kit. It expires a week from today. So September 30th is the last day to snap up on that deal too. So I think that I am going to go ahead. Hey, Lynette. Going to go ahead and flip the camera down and get started with some stamping. Okay, so I am not going to, I'm going to be careful because the last few times that I've done this, I have accidentally hung up. So I'm trying very hard not to. It looks like we did okay this time. So that is awesome. Okay, so let me just get my phone straight. I think that's good. Looks like there's a shadow. Hopefully there's not a shadow for you guys. Okay, no, it looks good. All right, so the first card up, we are going to be using the Love of Leaves bundle. I am featuring this for probably the rest of this month. So, which is only a week left. This is an awesome set. It gives you a watercolored look. But last week I showed you guys how to do the baby wipe technique, which gives you a variation of different colors. And today I'm going to show you how to do the rock and roll technique, which is really cool too. It actually is my favorite. I had forgotten all about the technique, and I saw another demonstrator, Tina Zink, who did it as well, and I said, oh, I forgot all about that technique because it's been around for a long time. But this is a perfect stamp set to do that technique with, and we're going to do that. And then we're going to also use our dies too, because we're going to put in some veins in the card. This time, hopefully, I won't forget like I did last week. We're going to use this leaf image, and I think this leaf image too. And I have my Stamping Pierce mat. This is, you can still find this in the store. I'll have to find the item number and post it for you guys. It's not in the catalog, but Stampin' Up! Did bring it back. It had retired, and they brought it back, which is awesome because it's a really cool tool to have, especially when you're stamping with your photopolymer stamps, because there's no cushion on them, so you really need the cushion. Okay, so I have a piece of crumb cake that is cut at 5.5 by 8.5. It's scored at 4 1/4. So we're going to go ahead and give that a nice fold. And I'm going to use my bone folder, just like so. Okay, put that aside. And then I have another piece of crumb cake. Lately, I've been really enjoying doing tone on tone. I think it's really pretty, and it gives it a little bit of a classy look, I think, anyway. So then we have another piece of crumb cake that is 3 inches by 5 1/4, I think. I think it's 5 1/4. Let me see. Yes, 5 1/4. Okay, and then we have a piece of, this is the brushed metallics, and it is really pretty, and you can find this in the holiday catalog. I think it's on page 45, but I'm not positive. And you get champagne, 2 sheets of champagne, 2 sheets of gold, and 2 sheets of copper. So isn't that really pretty? And it's brushed. And you can still get the just the regular foil paper too, if you'd like. But the brushed is really cool. So we're going to be using the gold today. And I've got, this is 1 inch by 5 1/4. And we're going to put that aside because we don't need it. I'm also going to be bringing in some ribbon. I think this is still in the catalog. I think you can still get this. That's why I'm using it. If not, then it's a oops for today. But I think that it is really, really pretty ribbon. I'm just going to check real quick just to make sure. It's a little late to change my mind if we're not. Yes, you can still get it. You can also get it in silver trim too. So this is really pretty ribbon. I've also have a strip of very vanilla cardstock for our sentiment. And this is what we're going to do our stamping on. I think I gave you the dimensions. It's 3 by 5 1/4. So let's go ahead and bring in our 2 images that we're going to use. I'm going to move those out of the way because I know me. I will get ink on it sure as anything. We're also going to do some heat embossing. So Lynette, you should really like this. And I've got my adhesive. I have my spritzer with water in it, just plain old water. And let's see, our ink pads. So we're going to be using Blackberry Bliss. We're going to be using Crumb Cake. I absolutely love these colors together for fall. I think they're beautiful. And Cajun Craze. So what I'm going to do, I actually think I'm going to put it in order of stamping because if I don't, I'll mess up. So I'm going to ink up first in my lightest color, which is Crumb Cake. So I'm going to ink this up really good. Now this is the rock and roll technique. So then I'm going to go into my next darkest color, which is Cajun Craze. And I am just going to rock it and roll it around the edge of the ink pad. So just like that. So you can put as much as you want or as little as you want. Then I'm going to come into my darkest color and I'm going to just roll the edges very carefully because I don't want too much of this color, just a little bit. So just like that. And I need a baby wipe because I want to wipe off the block because now we're going to spritz it with water. You can just stamp it straight down just like that and it will look like this. This doesn't have any Blackberry Bliss. So spritzing it with water, wait till you see what that does. That gives it more texture and it's just more realistic looking, I think. So let's wipe that off. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in my spritzer. And I might have got too much water, but that is all right. Okay, and then I am going to just stamp this down right, I think, in the middle. And I'm going to hold it down just for a couple of seconds, just to let the cardstock absorb the ink in the water. So there, so isn't that pretty how that works? It's got a little bit of veining in there. So you also want to clean your stamp every time you do that so that you don't contaminate your lighter ink pads with the darker ink. So we're going to just, I'm using my chamois and we're going to do it again. Except for this time, I'm going to bring in this long skinny leaf and I'm going to ink it up in the Crumb Cake. My Crumb Cake is getting really low on ink. It's okay. And then let's see here. We're going to rock and roll it. Oops. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this. I'm just going to barely kind of touch the edges of it with the purple or Blackberry Bliss. Just like so. Okay, I'm going to wipe this off. You probably don't need to wipe this off, but I'm a messy stamper, so I do it because I know that I'll get it over everything. And then again, we just squirts it, spritz it, squirts it, spritz it with some water. I think I want just a teeny bit more water. Oops, it went sideways. Okay, so just like so. And now I am going to just kind of, how do I want this? think I want to come in like that. I'm going to hold it down. So just like that. Isn't that beautiful? I absolutely love this technique. It is so pretty. And then we're going to do it again. So I wiped it off. And I'm going to ink it up in the crumb cake. You know what? I think I'm going to do this one just in the Cajun Craze. Okay? So I'm going to spritz that with some water. Just like so. I am going to wipe this off. Am I in the camera? And then I'm going to come in this way, just like so. We'll hold it down for just a couple of seconds. Hopefully I am in the camera. Just like that. So that is so pretty. Okay, so what do you guys think? Really cool, nice. It is a nice technique, isn't it? It's really easy and it's a lot of fun, and it just adds a little extra, because if you were just to ink this up just in your Cajun Craze and stamp this down, it's really pretty, but it's pretty, very pretty, but this just makes it look more real. Is that correct English? More real? Anyway, it just makes it, I think it just adds a little something to it. And we're going to clean that off again. And then we're going to ink this up in crumb cake. And then I think I'm just going to take it into the Blackberry Bliss. But I think I want a little bit more Blackberry Bliss. All right, so now I'm going to spritz this. There we go. That's nice and good. Okay, and then I think I'm just going to come across the top just like that. I'm going to hold it down and let it soak in, and then up. So that is just so, so pretty. And I'm going to do one more down here. So I'm going to clean this off. I'm just going to use a baby wipe this time, just like so. Ink it up in the crumb cake. And then I think I'm going to just do one side with the Cajun Craze and rock one side with the Blackberry Bliss. And then I'm just going to squirt that. Uh-oh, I'm out of water. No. There we go. I am going to wipe this. Uh-oh, I just hit that. It should be okay. We'll find out. And then I am going to just do this one just like so. Okay, I probably should have watched the placement of my leaves, but I'm so excited that I'll just stamping without thinking. But anyway, that will be really pretty anyway. So that's that. So isn't that beautiful? So I'm going to close these up. And you know what? I think we will bring in a different leaf. So we're going to bring in this little leaf here too. And I am going to do that in crumb cake. And probably some Blackberry Bliss. Just like that. And just squirts that. And then we will put this leaf like right there. Hold it down. Just like so. Oh, that's so pretty. I'm going to wipe it off again. Ink it up in crumb cake. And this one, I think I am going to put a little bit of Cajun Craze on it. So I am just going to rock it, roll it right in there like so. And then I'm going to wipe that off, because I'll get that all in my pad. And then I'm just going to do the tip, just like so. I'm going to squirt it. Oh, come on, water. Just like so. I'm going to wipe this off. And then I think we'll do this one right about there. Hey, Megan. So just like so. And you can fill it in more and more if you want. But I think that I am going to be okay with that. So let's see. Let's go ahead and close these up. Excuse me. And I don't know, maybe I should add more, but I don't think I'm going to. I probably should, but I'm not going to. All right, so here comes, I need to dry this just a little bit. So I'm going to take our heat tool and I'm just going to dry this just a little bit. Because we're going to do some heat embossing on this. And some dry embossing too. Alright, I think that that's probably good. Okay, so to do the dry embossing, I am bringing in, oh, let's see. I wonder, I think I'm just going to use this. Alright, so I don't want to cut my leaves out. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just do them right here on here. So if I wanted to cut them out, which maybe I will, maybe no. If I wanted to cut them out, I would just line this right on there. And then to emboss the veins, I would just stick this right in there. And then that would cut it out and emboss it at the same time. But I'm not going to cut it out. So all I'm going to do is just emboss the leaves. I'm going to put the veins in there, the stitching. So it just gives us stitching veins is what it does. Yours keeps going blurry. I am so sorry. I don't know why. It shouldn't be though. Alright, so I'm going to do the same thing with this one. We're just going to go in there like so. And then I'm going to run this through my cutting machine. Actually, you know what? I think I'm just going to emboss the center one. I think that's all I'm going to do is emboss the center one. So you guys know how to do that. I just showed you. So hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully it embossed well. Because I probably should have, it did. Okay, so great. So see what that does? Isn't that absolutely pretty? Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I tried to use the embossing part of the leaf to do this, and I didn't like the way it looked. So I may not like this look either, but I'm going to try it. So I'm going to take my embossing buddy and I'm just going to run this over this, just like so. And then I'm going to take my Versamark and I'm going to take an old dried out blending pen and I'm just going to dab it into the ink pad. And then what I'm going to do is just carefully paint that onto the lines, to the stitching. And hopefully I can kind of keep it straight. I don't know. We'll see. So I'm just dabbing that into the ink. I hope that this turns out like I think it will. We'll find out. Just like that. Like so. Uh-oh, that one got a little fat. It's okay. It will be all right. Okay. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to like this or not. Then what I'm going to do is just put a little bit on the tips of our leaves. I really hope this card turns out, you guys, because I didn't pre-do this ahead of time. All right, so now I need my gold embossing folder, and I am going to just do that one leaf. So we're going to just sprinkle that on there like so, give it a flick, and Another flick. So what I can do if I think I have too much, which I think I do, I think I'm gonna take a brush and brush some of that off. Okay, so we are just gonna take this brush and brush that off just a little bit. I don't want that much on there. A little bit more because I don't want to hide all the deep purple on the ends, and I don't want our veins to be quite that wide. So, all right, so let's see. Let's go ahead and try this and see if it works. All right, so now I'm going to bring in my heat gun. I wouldn't want to make multiples of these. These are like something really special that you would make someone special. Okay, and then we're just going to heat that up until it turns cold. Which, oh, I think I'm going to really like this. Wow, that is pretty. And you know what? I think it would be prettier if I was paying attention and stamped my leaves, took time to really stamp them in the right position and did them all. It would be so beautiful. All right, so now I'm going to bring in our card base. Let me move some of this stuff. Get this powder off of here. Okay, so that's our card base. This is going to go on there, and this is going to go on there. So I am, I want to have a mat that, what I should have done was should have cut my strip just a little bit longer or wider so that I could have attached it, and then I could have, it would have been easier to give an equal amount of space. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and glue this, and I think I'm going to use my mono liquid glue because I want some wiggle room. So hopefully I have enough in here to, I know I have a full bottle somewhere, and I don't know what I've done with it. Oh, it's somewhere in this mess. Okay. All right, so I think that that's probably going to be good enough. And then I am going to just try to put even amount of spacing everywhere. Not sure if we're going to get it or not, but we're going to try. Does that look straight? No. Now it is. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing to this one. And so now we're going to do that just like so. Okay, so can you see that? Isn't that pretty? That is just so pretty. All right, so now let's see. We could take, this is the Wonder of the Season ribbon combo pack. You get 2 packs of ribbon. This, I believe, is shaded spruce ribbon, and this is the gold cord. So actually, no, we can't do this now because I already glued that down. I think I'm going to make a bow out of it along with this. That's not the piece. I wanted the shorter piece. Here we go. Okay, So we're going to make a bow. I was going to do the gold cording down the side, but we glued it down, so we can't. All right, so I'm just going to make a bow with this, just like so. And I'm going to see which one I like best. So that is bow number 1. It's going to go here. And then we have the gold cording, which I think I might end up liking better, actually, because we still have to put our sentiment on here. If I can figure out how to get in here. Well, it usually has a little end that you can grab a hold of, but I can't find it. All right, enough of that. Okay, so that works. Now if I can find the end of this, there we go. So we have our gold cording here. Let's see, that would have just been so pretty. Oh well. We're going to do just like that. And just like that. Ooh, this is nice. I like working with this. This is really nice. Okay, so I could double it up like so. I could do it like that. What do you guys think? I didn't like that bow, so we're going to redo the bow. So what do you guys think? Why I retie this bow? You can comment. Okay, let's see. Oh, you guys, I hope you shared this video. If you haven't, share it so that others can see, because we still have another card to do. That one shouldn't take very long. It's pretty simple. Okay. Okay, so we have just that bow there, or we can put the cording on top of that bow, but I don't think I like that or that one. Well, let's do our sentiment and then we can decide. So I have this. Let me move this aside. We have this. And I'm going to stamp this. We're going to do the gold writing on this. So we're going to emboss it. So I'm going to use my embossing buddy. And let's see. I think the sentiment that I'm going to use is hope changes everything. I absolutely love that sentiment. I think it's amazing. Okay, so I am going to use this block. I am sitting so low, you guys, that I am having a hard time getting on top of this and seeing what I'm doing. Thank you. You guys, it really does help me out when you guys share. All right, so I'm going to ink that up. And because I don't know how much I need, or exactly what I'm going to do, I am going to do it in the center so that I have plenty of room on each end. Okay, now we're going to bring in our gold embossing powder again, and I am going to cover that up. Give it a good coverage here. Kind of flick it off. Alrighty. I see one little spot I need. Yeah, that looks good, I think. Okay, so we're going to heat emboss this again. Alright, so let's bring this back up here. And emboss. Actually, my eyesight must be getting really bad because this is not very vanilla. This is our shimmer paper. That's okay, it'll work just fine. Okay, so there we go. Let me see if you guys can actually see the shimmer in the paper or not. I don't know if you'll be able to, but see how the paper has some shimmer to it? Okay, so I want to take this and I am going to, I think this can go just like that. Yep, that's what we're going to do. All right, so I am going to cut this at 3 inches. Let me, where, there it is. Okay. I need to buy some new chairs. Both of my chairs are broken, so you guys, I'm slipping and sliding everywhere. All right, so I am going to do that at that. I'm going to flip this around, put it at 3. Nope. Oh, shoot. Okay. I might have already messed this up. We'll find out. Okay, just like so. And we're good. We're good. Okay, there we go. All right, so, but you know what? This was not cut straight in the beginning. Is it? It's close enough. Okay, so I'm going to attach that right to the bottom, right across there. I'm going to use some of this liquid glue if I can get it out. I am not going to pop it up. I'm just going to glue it straight down, just like so. Okay. And then we're going to put our bow on there. So I am just going to use the gold cording. And to attach it, we're going to use a mini glue dot. Okay, if I can find my mini glue dots. Sorry, I know I'm reaching across. Okay, so let's see. And I'm going to roll one of these up into a little ball and attach that right on there. And then we can put that right there. And then there we go. Now, if we wanted to, I wished I had some little gold rhinestones or something like that, but I don't have any. I don't think these will go very well. Maybe the red might, but I don't know. I don't think so. I don't particularly care for it, so I need to get some gold rhinestones and some champagne ones. The champagne ones are beautiful. All right, I think I might try. Wish I had 3 of those. Those would probably work, but I do not. You know what? I think I know what I'm going to do. Hold on just one sec. Oh. I may or may not have the color in here. We're just going to use our basic rhinestones, which if you sign up with Stampin' Up! Before or by the 30th, you'll get a free pack of rhinestones for free in your kit, well, for $99. You'll get to choose $125 worth of product, plus, oh, well, this might not work. Let me see. Plus you get 2 stamp sets, Queen Anne's Lace and So Much Love, plus a pack of rhinestones, plus you get a coupon code emailed to you for a free paper pumpkin, plus you'll get about $50 worth of supplies, business supplies. So you'll get a pack of catalogs, both the annual and I believe you'll get the holiday mini ones. Plus you'll get postcards and order forms. But you don't have to run a business if you don't want to. You could just be a discount shopper. And if you wanted to run a business, I'm here to help you any way that I can and to guide you and just to give you some ideas on how to do it, because you can run your business any way you want to. You can work as hard as you want to or as little as you want to. And there's no obligation, and if it's not for you, then you don't have to pay any fees or give anything back. It's yours to keep. And that, you get all of that plus free shipping. You tax where it's where they have tax. Some states don't have tax. And yeah, so it's an amazing deal. So sign up, join my team. We'd love to have you. Okay, let's see here. I wanted to do, I'm going to see if this will work. I do not know if this will work. I do not have Blackberry Bliss Stamp and Blend, but I do have Rich Razzleberry Dark. So we are going to see if this will work. And I am just going to color in 3 different colors. I mean, not 3 different colors, 3 different sizes. I think this is going to work. All right, so I just want that to dry a little bit. It does take a little bit longer to dry on the rhinestones, but not that long. Okay, I'm taking my Take Your Pick tool. This tool is amazing too, because this end can come off and you can put another tip, like it has a little brush for your die brush. So on your intricate dies, you can just brush those out. This end here has a little spatula end or the paper piercing end. And my favorite is the what do you call this again? Putty end, because you can just take that and pick that right up. And then you can just place it wherever you want it. Picks right up, just like so. Perfect. And like so. All right, you guys, there you go. So this is a light colored card, so you really don't have to put an insert in the inside if you want to. Just use very vanilla. You could use white if you'd like to. Or you can just stamp or write just right in the inside of this. So there you go. So how do you guys like that? I hope that you do. I think that turned out really pretty. Hopefully you can see all the sparkle and the gold in it. It's so pretty. All right, so let's move on to our next card. I probably should clean off some of this mess, but just give me 1 sec to do this. Let me close this embossing powder before I have it all over the place, and I don't need those 2 things. I don't need those stamps. I do, however, need this one. Okay, this I don't need. And this I don't need. And this I don't need. All right, so we are almost ready. Well, let me see here. I need this. I'm going to save those because you never know. Might need those scraps. Okay, and I don't need the ink pads, but I do need Memento Basic Black. And I need this stamp set again because we're going to use a sentiment off of here. And I really thought I really liked Your Friendship is something I know I can count on. So I'm going to pull that one out. I'm going to put this one back. I love the sentiments on here. They're really pretty. Very, 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 very pretty. Okay, so I am going to try to block this straight. Don't know if I'm going to be able to or not. Not really. But it's okay. All right, so I don't need these anymore. So now I'm going to bring in all these pieces here that we are going to use. And this card is really, really sweet. And I got this card layout from Rhonda Wade. She does this card layout and I absolutely love it. It's a little tiny different, but not a whole lot. So you take a full sheet of cardstock and instead of cutting it in half at 5 1/2, you take it long ways and you cut it at 4 1/4. So the same way that you would do for your top fold card. So if you wanted a card to be like this and open up like this, but instead we're going to open it up sideways like so. So that's what we're going to do on this, and I am going to give this a nice fold. So then I have, oh, and you scored it 4 1/4 instead of 5 1/2. I'll have all the measurements of the 2 cards that I'm making today posted on my blog, and I will have that posted probably no later than Saturday, but probably Friday. Okay, so we have another piece of Whisper White. This is thick Whisper White too. That makes amazingly awesome card bases. They're very, very sturdy. And this is just regular Whisper White, and this is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. I ran it through my Big Shot. Yes, I still have the Big Shot. I haven't been able to get the new Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. It's driving me crazy because, you guys, that thing is absolutely awesome, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. So anyway, so I just stuck it into, this is my subtotal embossing folder, and I ran it through, and then that gives it a little bit of texture and interest. So that is going to go right on the front. We're doing tone on tone, white on white. So it's very classy look. I absolutely love it. And I'm trying to decide if I want to pop this up a little too. I think I don't want it popped up like with dimensionals. So what I'm going to do is I am, excuse me, I can find my take your pick tool. I just had it. There it is. I'm going to use my paper piercing end, and I am going to just use these. Well, it stuck to my finger, just like so. So you got ink. Huh? Ink was on my finger. That's funny. Okay, and I'm just going to put these on the 4 corners. And what this does is this gives it a little tiny lift, like a little bit more than if you used your glue or your tape runner. So, but it doesn't give as much of a lift if you use your dimensionals. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to hope and pray that I can layer this straight on here. So a lot of times, most of the time, I do not. It's okay. It is okay. I did pretty good that time. No, I didn't. I got more. We're leaving it. Okay, so we've got that. Then I've got a piece of designer series paper. This is such pretty paper here too. I'm really not joshing you guys. It really, really is. This is from the Glad Tidings designer series paper that is in the holiday catalog. And it is not just for fall. It is not just for Christmas either. So you've got the red. It's double-sided. It is also, look at that, for any time of the year. So look at that. Isn't that amazing? I love that one too. So this is awesome paper, and there's different styles of plaid on there. So I thought that I would use this buffalo check looking stuff here. And we're going to place that right on the side right here. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to use my, look at this side, that's so pretty, and that could be used for Christmas. And so could the black and white if you like black and white Christmas cards or projects, treat holders, or whatever is your preference. We are going to layer that right down on there like so. I think I've got that pretty good. All right, so that's going to go like that. Now I've already cut out a basic black scallop layer. I use the second to the largest scallop layers, not layer, but Stitch So Sweetly dies. So I use the second to the largest. So I cut that out already, and then that's going to go there. And then I cut out a center piece here to Whisper White to layer on top of that. And I think this is cut at, oh, I wrote it down, 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. Wow, you guys, aren't you amazed, impressed? I wrote that down. And I am going to glue that. No, I'm not. I want to stamp first, just in case I mess up. Okay, so we are going to use the Your Friendship is Something I Know I Can Count On. And let's hope that I can stamp this straight. I hope so. Anyway, I'm going to stamp that. Okay. Isn't that font so pretty? I absolutely love it. I need to ink this pad up too. Okay, so I'm going to stamp it over to the right hand side because we're going to put a pumpkin on the left hand side. I don't think that's inked up enough. It's going to have to be good enough. Okay, so I am just going to center that, but I'm going to stamp it over. I think I'm about right. I can't tell. I think I'm straight too. Probably not. Oh, it's crooked, but it'll be all right. All right, so now here is my pumpkin that I already cut out. And you guys are probably thinking, well, that's not a pumpkin, but wait. I used my stitched shapes, the smallest oval, and I cut out 3 of these. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to use my adhesive, if I can get it to come out. There we go. I think I'm going to get it. Nope. Come on. There we go. So I am just going to use that. Come on. Sometimes I just make things harder than what they have to be. All right, so there we go. So now what I'm going to do is I am just going to line these up just like so. You guys have seen me make pumpkins like this before. I think I made them last year, and I also think I know I made them a couple years ago. Okay, so there we go. So there is our pumpkin. Isn't that cute? So now it needs a stem. So we are going to cut out a stem real fast. So all you do is you just cut you out one. You can curve it or not curve it, and I think that I'm going to curve our stem. I wanted to make that just like so. So I am going to put a little bit, I wish I had my silicone mat over here, but I do not. So I am going to try to get some glue to come out on this. Put that right there. Put that right like so. So there is our pumpkin stem. Probably could have made that a little fatter, but that's okay. It will work. I already cut one out. This one might like that one a little better. It's a little fatter. So let's try that. I'm going to do the glue right on there. Stick that right there just like so. Oh, don't stick to my finger. Just like that. Okay, so there we go. Now what you could do if you wanted to add a little extra to it, which you don't have to, is I wanted to take my sprig punch and I wanted to cut out a sprig. So, or punch out. I punched that out. I don't want those to be that long. So, or do I? Wait a minute. Let me see. My original idea might just change a little. I could bring those down like so. In all actuality, I think that is exactly what I want to do. Just like so. Alright, so I am going to glue these down. just like that. All right, there we go. So isn't that cute? So now I'm going to take, I don't think I'm going to use gold because I've used the, I have a little strip here. This is about 1/4 of an inch wide, and that is from the brushed champagne foil paper. So I don't think that the gold will look all that great with it. It will probably look all right, but I think I'm going to keep it farmy too. And we're just going to make a little bow out of our linen thread. I love linen thread. You can never have too much of this laying around either. So just like so. I think I want those shorter. All right, just like that. Okay, so I'm going to take another glue dot, if I can, right here they are. I'm going to roll that up again. Stick that right on there like so. Stick that right like that. Okay, so there we go. Can you see that? I think that that is absolutely adorable, except for I should have put that up just a teeny bit higher. And maybe I did want my little things to be a little longer. Well, we can always do it again. I think I did. All right, so we'll do it again. So I am going to cut a piece off of this. Here we go, this will work. So let's do this, and do this, and do this, just like so, and just like that. Put that right there. I think that will work great. Trim this right about there. That's too long. Let's not make the same mistake though. I cut it too short. There we go. All right, I think that will work. Let me stretch this out. Okay, so let's get another glue dot and roll that up. And I'm looking at this in an angle too, so it's kind of difficult. I think I want to trim this side just a little bit. Bring this down. Just like so. Isn't that cute? I absolutely love that. All right, so we've got our sentiment, we've got our pumpkin. I'm going to pop our pumpkin up, I think. All right, so we're going to pop our pumpkin up. It's going to go right there. We're going to do that. Should take my take your pick pull tool. It really takes off the what do you call it? The backings to those things so nicely. All right, so we're going to bring back in this. Before I get too excited here, let me go ahead and glue this on here. I am just going to glue this down flat, just like that. I'll be doggone. I did that perfectly straight the first time. Woohoo! Yay me! Okay, now I'm going to put on our brushed champagne right there. All right, so let's go ahead and put some glue on that. And I'm trying carefully not to get too much glue, because if this oozes out, it leaves marks on your metallic paper, and it's really hard to get off. All right, and then I'm going to pop this up. We are almost done. So what do you guys think? It's pretty cool, huh? So we've got that and got that. I'm going to just take this, look at that. And then you don't have them all over the place. You just take them off, throw them in the trash. Okay, so this is going to go right about here. Just like so. Hopefully that is straight. Can't tell. No. Alright, there we go. So there we go. There is our farmhouse fall card for your friend. Isn't that sweet? I hope you guys really like this because I love this card. So let's bring back in the other one, the two projects that we've done. Okay, so we did this, which is the rock and roll technique, and we did a little gold embossing on there. We used the gold brushed foil paper. We stamped and heat embossed our sentiment in gold, and then I just took our basic rhinestones and colored them with the dark rich raspberry and placed them on there. So hopefully you guys can see that. So isn't that so pretty? I love it. Okay, and then our farmhouse card with our little pumpkin. Isn't that cute? So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Please don't forget, if you're watching the replay on this, or if you're watching this on YouTube, the cleaned up version, thank you so much for joining me and watching. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. That really does help me out. And I love to hear from you guys. So please comment and let me know what you think. And don't forget about the 24-hour sale that is going on today. Only it ends at 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time. So, which is what? It is 11:59, 1:59, I think, our time. So, in Eastern Standard Time. So, you guys stock up on your stamp sets because there's some really awesome stamp sets out there that are for 15% off. It's the biggest stamp set of the year, and we usually only do it once a year. Okay, and don't forget about the starter kit special. I'd love to have you on our team. As a matter of fact, I would be so honored for you to sign up and join our team. I have links posted on my Facebook page for that. I also have a link to my blog where my latest post is on the sale with links, and also link for the starter kit. And my blog is spongeandstamp.com. All one word, all lowercase. Please feel free to email me at any time. It's spongeandstamp@hotmail.com. Also, please sign up for my newsletters because that is the absolute best way to stay connected with me, because I know that my good friends, they never ever hardly see my posts, and they follow me and they're always on here all the time, and they still don't see my posts. So that is the absolute best way to know what's going on and to stay in the know and to see what my events are that are coming up, which I have a class on Friday. Morning classes at 10:30. My evening classes at 6:30. It's not too late to sign up. I do ask that you please let me know ASAP though, because I will start cutting my card kits either tonight or tomorrow morning for my class. So again, you guys, thank you so much for joining me, and you guys have a blessed rest of the day and week. See you later. Doodly-doo.